Dallas's defense, man, showed up and showed out. But I mean, hopefully for me, I hope this continues. Bland got his third pick six of the season. It's great to see after people wanted to try and write him off after that first game where he came out looking sloppy. But he's turned things around. Defense is moving up and hopefully in the right direction. We got a big matchup this weekend coming up. So I need them to do what they did all over again. I need to see it in Philly. How'd y'all feel about the Dallas defense against the Rams of this week? TP, I know. I mean, Tommy, I know you got something to say.
I was gonna let everybody else speak before I decided to go on my.
I'll say for me it was impressive. At the end of the day, this was a win that you guys had to win. Um, Sidely impressed, sideways. Like you guys, I knew this was going to happen too because you guys have been playing great at home lately. All together, that's just how it's been. But it's something that you guys had to do. You guys had to show that you guys were the more superior team. The Rams, weren't nothing. And I was really shocked how you guys contained Puka and Cooper Cup down, knowing that those were Matthews' main two targets right there. So you guys did pretty well with that. Overall, I'll say defense played really well, and offense was clicking on all cylinders. CD finally got the ball. That's what you guys needed to see. That's what he needed right there, and it showed. So kudos to you guys, and that's good momentum going into this week. Wish that the game was at in Dallas this week, but it's good momentum still going into to Philly this week. That's all I'll say.
It was a good game. I thought it was going to be. I honestly had the opportunity to attend the game, but my intuition told me not to go, so I did not go, which I was glad about because it would have been a waste of time and also a waste of sitting in traffic. So I was racially appreciated I chose not to go. It was a more enjoyable weekend. But on the sport, I was thoroughly unimpressed on Terry McLaurin personally. Like it's just the performances you've been giving recently have just been very par. Um, and it's just like one of those situations where I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. But all in all, it was, I guess, an enjoyable game from the TV. Put it that way. Tommy, what's your take?
Well, the Rams, they got off a little bit. They got off a little hotter than what was expected. I mean, they didn't really do much, but they kind of drove downfield. Deron Bland had a very large seat. He undercut a block. Basically, got to stop that, forced the Rams to kick a field goal because we scored initially. We scored on our first drive, and they drive down the field, get a field goal. But I think that is what really set the tone for us. Deron Bland making that stop, and then obviously gets the pick six. Everything was pretty much off to the races at that point. Dak Prescott and the West Coast offense, he does look well against teams that ultimately don't have anybody on defense. So what has to happen now is that he has to perform against a team with a solid defense, and the Philadelphia Eagles are no slouches. Obviously, just adding Kevin Byard. I'm sorry, I don't know if I butchered his name. Obviously, we know the guys they have: Hassan Reddick, Fletcher Cox, uh, Darius Slay, Bradbury. Obviously, can be picked on, but with the safety over top and the Reed Blankenship, that I'm not going to say what I said in some chats about certain safeties in the league, but Reed Blankenship should not have got that interception. I will say that about the Commanders game this week. But I think Dallas is in a good shape, as Wayne was saying. Coming off of the bye, you have to win this game, and they won it in a very masterful fashion. They were firing on all cylinders, got the block for safety. Then you go right down the field and score again. The Cowboys, you have to put away bad teams, and that's what the Cowboys did. And so this week, you have to show that you are not what you showed against San Francisco when you're playing against elite teams. You have to show that you are capable of playing against elite teams. Otherwise, the season is just going to be for naught. You know what I mean? So, obviously, we're looking before the podcast. Dak's last three outings against Philadelphia, he put up 41 points, he put up 51 points, he put up 40 points. This Philadelphia offense has AJ Brown, which they had last year, Devontae Smith, which they had last year. They now have DeAndre Swift, which is a bruising running back. And that offensive line is creating a lot of holes. Now this front seven has got to get physical. They've got to get Jalen Hurts on the ground. And it's a very difficult task to do. He stiff arms you. He has strong legs. So it's very difficult to get them on the ground. If the Cowboys want to have any sort of chance of winning this game or making it interesting, they have to get them on the ground. For some reason, their offense kind of doesn't show up until the second half or whatever it is. I don't want to say that because then they might just start firing off on all cylinders. AJ Brown set the record this week for 100, 125 yards in 6 games in a row. So, somebody has to put that to a halt. I'm hoping that we can find a way to contain them, whether it be we have to get after Jalen Hurts and just not give him any opportunities to throw the ball or what. But the Cowboys, they play well against bad teams. Now we're going up against an elite team, arguably the best team of football, if not the best. Right now, they're the best team of football. So this is where you either put up or shut up.